Who am I with today?
My name is Abigail Jennings. I'm a junior, and I'm a setter for Shoshone.
Center for Shoshone.
Yes.
So not that long ago, you just had a tournament in Thermop.
Yes.
And as I know, y'all did pretty well. Had some losses that kind of stupid. But overall, you did pretty well as a team.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to say about that?
Well, personally, I was out, so it kind of sucked. But our freshman, she's our backup setter. She did a pretty good job for her first varsity tournament. So yeah, I think it went pretty well.
So obviously you were out, but you still played the rest of the season regular and that conference game.
Yes.
How, as a player, how do you think you've been doing against that?
I think I've done pretty well. I mean, I'm not perfect. I'll never say that, but I think I've done as good as I can.
Yeah, as a team, do you think it's been about the same? Your team, no one's perfect. Obviously, no team's gonna have a perfect day. I think as a team, y'all been, you obviously were out and the freshmen had to step up and on it pretty good. So you think as a team, you are adjusting well and you're just getting these circumstances and you're just out there playing?
Yeah, I think we're doing pretty good as a team. Definitely better than years before.
Oh, yeah. All right, so you got 3 seniors, all 3 of them are leaving, and all 3 of them are starters.
Yes.
So next year, you think that's going to hurt at all, or you think that these sophomores and freshmen are going to step up and it's just going to be fine and it's going to be the same Lady Blue it's been for the past years?
Well, we don't. 2 of our seniors start. Our third one does not. But I definitely think it's going to be a little bit of a change. But I think we're going to be able to step up and take over those positions with the girls we have.
Are you excited about all these freshmen coming up as being the majority of the volleyball group? 6 of them compared to almost no one on every other grade. Are you excited for these girls to step up and not just for next year, but junior and senior also?
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how they'll grow. For right now, it's a little rough. I'm not gonna lie for those freshmen, but they are looking a lot better on JV, and I'm hoping that they can learn how to step up and play at that varsity level.
All right, thank you, Miss Abigail.
Of course.
See you again this season.
Okay.
Who am I with today?
I'm Haley Donaldson. I'm a senior, and I'm an outside hitter.
So, not too far long ago, you just went to Thermopolis and played in a tournament.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, you had very few losses that were honestly pretty stupid, but you also had a starter not there with a freshman stepping up. So, you want to talk about that?
So we had our junior setter. She went down with an injury, so we had a freshman step in. I think she did a really good job. When we went up to Thermop, it doesn't really matter the tournament. It does, but it doesn't. It's not conference play or anything, but I think it was a really good test just to kind of see where we were at. And I think we figured out what we need to work on and what we need to do for teams that we will see in conference that we saw there. So, but we did play the championship against Grable and we did lose, but I think the next time we play them, it'll be a different outcome.
So, season's it's halfway through now. How do you think the teams are doing, as the season so far?
I think we've been doing pretty good. We're all pretty close friends. There's not a whole lot of fighting or a whole lot of, distance between. The freshmen are kind of the freshmen and then the older girls, but I think our varsity especially has gotten really close, and we're just going to keep on growing throughout the season.
So you're a senior this year,
Yeah.
and you're a starter. So this is the last year that you're going to play in college.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel about the rest of the volleyball team as you leave? Do you think they're going to be fine?
I would think they're going to be fine. We're only losing me and Sonia Post as senior starters. Jerica, she's a senior, but she plays JV. So I honestly think they're going to be okay. I hit outside and Sonia passes, so one of them can step up and hit outside. I think we'll be fine with our passing next year. It's always something that you can work on. It's not like a natural talent.
Right. So you think overall it's just going to be fine?
Yeah, I think they'll honestly be better than we were this year.
So, you got the 8th graders, freshmen, all these people involved. So the juniors next year, the juniors this year moving to seniors next year, they're going to be good for that leader position. You think everything's going to be fine?
I think they'll be just fine. I don't think there'll be much of a change. Especially with how this close the sophomore and junior class is. There might be some distance between the next year's sophomore and freshman class, but otherwise I think that varsity especially will be pretty close.
So you think everything's just going to be fine?
I think so, yeah.
So are y'all, I've heard you've had a little bit of losses, but conference is doing pretty fine. So you looking for playoffs, looking for that big game coming ahead?
So our record right now is so bad because we have played 4A teams literally for 2 weekend tournaments in a row. We went to Star Valley. We were supposed to go to Bighorn and play 2A teams, but we had to go to Star Valley and play almost all 4A teams. So we played really good there, but we couldn't win most of those games. Same with the first weekend at the Riverton tournament. We played Cody, who was undefeated as of last week. But when we went to the Grable tournament, we almost won the thing and only lost a set to Little Snake River, and we beat Tongue River, the second-ranked team. So I think we're going to do pretty good against 2A teams, especially our regionals and everything like that. So.
All right, well, thank you.
All good?
See you again this season.
Thank you.
Who am I with today?
I'm Morgan Donaldson, and I'm a sophomore, and I play outside and middle.
Outside and middle. So did you play in the Thermop tournament? So Abigail was out, freshman stepped up. You know, tournament like that, varsity tournament, something kind of new to you, right?
Yes.
So how do you feel like, not just as a team, like as a whole, you, the team, everyone, especially the freshmen stepped up, how do you think y'all did in that?
I think we did pretty good for like what we had to work with and like changing our setters and stuff, but I think where we placed was pretty good.
How do you feel? Because I've heard that y'all had some losses, but they're really stupid and shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, I think we just weren't like really in our right mindset half the time because it was just different. So, yeah.
So the season's it's a little over halfway through now, and you've played a good bit of games. You've had your conference game so far. I mean, how do you think as a player that you've been doing this season?
Oh, pretty good. I think I've been doing good.
You know, have you been getting out there? Are you overthinking it all, or are you just going out there with a confident mindset and just?
I overthink when I'm out there a lot that I'm gonna mess up, but sometimes I mess up and sometimes I don't. It just depends.
How do you feel that next year you're going to be an upperclassman and you have to start taking that leader role? Especially there's only 3 of y'all.
Yeah.
There's 3 sophomores, 3 juniors, 3 seniors. So you have to take that leader step next year as an upperclassman. Are you worried about that? Are you confident? Are you?
I'm pretty confident about it. I'm not too worried. I'm worried about the respect we're gonna get from the other teammates, but I guess we'll see what happens.
So you have 2. So we have 3 seniors, and 2 of them are starting, but all 3 of them are leaving. Stepping up next year, you're probably going to have to be playing a lot more than you are right now, especially on the varsity level.
Mm-hmm.
Are you afraid of that? Do you think this is going to make the team a whole new team, or do you think it's going to be the same Lady Blue it's been, and you're just going to have some little mistakes?
I think we're gonna, I don't know, with back row passing, I think we're gonna lose a lot with Sonia and Haley gone, but other than that, I think we can all step up and play our role that we need to play in it. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Miss Morgan.
Yes.
Who am I with today?
My name's Sonia Post.
What grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
And what position you play?
I'm a right side hitter.
Right side hitter. All right, so not long ago, y'all just played in the Thermop tournament. You did pretty well, lost against some stupid teams. What do you have to say about that?
I think that this tournament was a really good learning weekend for us. We made some improvements for sure all the way around. We didn't have our original setter this last weekend due to an injury, and so we made some adjustments with a new setter and learning how to adjust to her sets and kind of a new environment on the court. And I think that was really good for us because we never know what might happen in the future in games that matter, so it's good to be able to adjust to those kinds of situations.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, losing a player like that, especially a setter, definitely going to be y'all adjusted, which is really great.
Mm-hmm.
So, as personal as a player as you, how do you think you did in that tournament?
I think that my defense was pretty good this weekend. I had kind of a hard time reading the hitters on our championship game, but other than that, I felt pretty confident. My blocking wasn't great, and so we're going to adjust that for future games. And then I didn't hit much, but yeah, defense was really where I thrived this weekend, I think.
So, as the season's got, you're a little after the middle of the season now, you're starting to look at what's in the future. Conference are doing pretty well. You're going to get playoffs, stuff like that. I think as a team going forward, because obviously you've had some losses in the past, you think as a forward you're getting better and better, or you just staying the same? Like, what do you think about that?
I think we're definitely improving every single week. I think that in the future for regionals and state, we're going to look really solid. I'm excited to see how all of our experiences have paid off.
So you're a senior, so this is your last year playing volleyball unless you play in college. So a lot of the teams here are very senior heavy, volleyball, football, everything. So going next year, you're leaving, you're not going to be on the team anymore. How do you think they're going to do next year? Like, these juniors are going to have to step up, these sophomores are going to step up, and these freshmen are going to have to start playing. You know, obviously they're not new, but they're pretty new to this high school.
Mm-hmm.
But next year they have a lot more, pressure on them, I guess.
Yeah.
So how do you think they're going to do next year with like y'all gone?
I think that they're still going to be pretty solid. We only have 2 seniors playing on varsity, and we are the captains, and I think that we do make a good impact on the floor as far as leaders go. And Haley's an insane outside hitter, so that's been really beneficial to our team. So that spot I think will be hard to fill, but I think that we have some solid players coming up, especially the 7th and 8th graders, that will really make an impact, and I think they'll still do really good.
Do you think it's not just going to be a whole new team thing, that these Lady Blue are still going to be the same going through? Like, it's not going to just make a whole new team every year. It's still just solid, good chemistry, all that. It's just going to be the same team continuing on.
I really think so. I mean, it's definitely something that they're going to have to make adjustments with, as with almost every year losing seniors, but I'm not worried about it because I really think that we have good opportunities with the other players that we have coming up.
All right, well, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
I'll probably see you again this season?
Yes.